said that this is the 8-Bit Eric Show.
Hey everybody, what's up? This is 8-Bit Eric and this is part 2 of my top 10 Legend of Zelda games. And why the heck am I doing this with my hand so much? Ding ding, ding 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 ding. Anyways, let's begin. Number 5 on the list came out a couple years ago, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. This game is the earliest game in the timeline of the Zelda series, and it answered some questions and fixed a lot of loopholes and had very unique gameplay with the actual Wii Motion Plus controller. Now, a lot of people didn't like it. I kind of didn't. I like the control scheme better in Twilight Princess. I don't know why. It just felt like a little bit too much extra work, but it was still cool. The game was awesome. The dungeon layout and exploration was a little bit different than other Zelda games. There wasn't as much of an overworld as other games, but it was still fun to play. And I keep saying that about all these Zelda games. Skyward Sword was worth the wait. I enjoyed it very much, and it was awesome. It's easily one of my most favorite Zelda games of all time. Next up, a lot of people consider this the best Legend of Zelda game of all time. However, it's number 4 on my list. This is Link to the Past. I remember as a kid playing this game for a year straight lost because I couldn't figure out where to go in one of the dungeons in the Dark World. And I just remember exploring all the time. Wasn't able to look up internet when I was in 3rd grade. This game came out like when I was in 2nd or 3rd grade, but it was awesome. Just because Link to the Past is number 4 on my list doesn't mean that I don't think it's one of the greatest Legend of Zelda games of all time. In fact, I think Link to the Past was instrumental in the success of the series. In fact, people still talk about this game just as much as they talk about Ocarina of Time. And in my opinion, that's a good thing. I remember the first time that I discovered that there was a whole nother world to explore when you finish the Light World and you discover the Dark World is there. And I was like, holy crap, how long is this game? A Link to the Past has many memories, not just for me, but gamers all over the world. And that's why it's in my top 5. Boom. Coming up at number 3, Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. I absolutely loved the cel-shaded graphics of this game. It was a fun game to play. I love the sailing. I love the sea exploration. I love that it takes forever. I love that, you know, how cartoony it is. The dungeons are great. The story is great. I think the ending is awesome. Wind Waker is a very underrated Zelda game in my opinion. And I'm very glad that Nintendo actually re-released it in HD on the Wii U. I think it's a game that deserves a lot more praise than it gets. Coming in at number 2, which just because it's at number 2 doesn't mean it's at pile number 2, is Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. This game is up there. It almost rivals my number 1 game in fun, replayability, and story, and exploration. Twilight Princess had a huge world, lots of places to go to. Everything from the dialogue of the non-player characters was great. This game was fantastic. The storyline was amazing. The music, oh my gosh, don't even get me started. The music was so great. I loved it. Twilight Princess was fantastic in my opinion, a masterpiece. They almost had it, like, perfect. And the number 1 of all time on my top 10 list is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of freaking Time. I cannot get enough of this game. I grew up with this game. 8th grade, man, was that a year. Ocarina of Time everywhere. It made Zelda a solid franchise. If it wasn't for Ocarina of Time, I don't think it would be as mainstream as it is. That game set the standard for every single future console Zelda release. If it wasn't for Ocarina, Wind Waker, Twilight, Skyward Sword, and any other future Zelda game would not be as diverse, as huge, as fantastic as Ocarina. I mean, if Ocarina would have been subpar, I don't think Zelda series would have lasted very long. I think that Ocarina is the reason why the Zelda series has continued to live on, to be honest. And if you haven't played it, you need to try it out. I have yet to play the 3DS version, by the way, but man, do I love my Ocarina time. And well, guys, this has been my top 10 Legend of Zelda games of all time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Share your top 10. It's been fun. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Peace out.